Hi, my name is Katie Spadoro, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about retention and why it's important to retain top talent at your company. By the end of this essay and video presentation, you will understand why it's important to retain top talent and how to retain the talent to begin with. First off, as you probably know, if you have employees, hiring is expensive, especially if you're doing all of the things that you should be doing, including background screening, drug testing, reference checking, training on everything, including their HR training, so safety training, anti-harassment training, all of that. These things obviously take a lot of time and a lot of money. So that being said, the goal, in my opinion, would be to hire the best possible talent and retain that talent for as long as possible. I love hiring from inside. I love growing my employees from inside of my business. Employees are definitely an investment, and in my opinion, the most valuable investment in your business. Something we focus on regularly is how do we retain employees when there's so many awesome options for them to work elsewhere. Obviously, we make our option the most attractive and the best option that they can't give up. Why is it important to recognize your employees? So most businesses have recognition programs in place. They give out service awards, and service awards actually remain the most popular program type. By 2020, millennials will make up 50% of the workforce. Currently, there's a bit of concern about how millennials respond to milestone recognition programs. Although millennials want to be recognized for their skills and contributions as much as other generations, millennials may be missing out on inclusions in milestone recognition because, they're not there maybe for that long. Many programs offer milestone awards, maybe the first one at 5 years, for example. The first question is whether millennials will stay with an organization long enough to be recognized at the 5-year mark. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average job tenure in the US is 4.6 years, while millennial employees have an average tenure of only 2.3 years, which is really interesting. Many forward-thinking companies have adopted early milestone recognition programs, celebrating anniversaries in smaller increments as early as 1 year. I love that. I love the idea. I think it's motivating. Luckily for HR managers and all program managers, service award program metrics definitely speak for themselves. Researchers have definitely found milestone recognition programs that they have a small causal impact on key engagement methods and metrics like the length of tenure, a sense of belonging, and positive feelings toward their organization. The following 3 questions can be asked of yourself to understand if your current milestone recognition program matches up with the best practices currently in small business elsewhere. First, does your recognition program have clearly defined goals and objectives? When starting or revitalizing an existing program, interview relevant managers and leaders on current program perceptions in areas of needed improvement. Benchmark relevant employee data and monitor trends in tenure, satisfaction, and loyalty over time. Number 2, is receiving a milestone award the organization's, is it memorable at your organization? A service award presentation can be a moving, emotional rite of passage for employees, or it can be a forgettable experience. Based on whether an employee prefers to be publicly recognized or more likely prefers a private recognition, the milestone should be made personal for each employee. The best way to understand what employees would prefer is to understand the employees. This in itself marks a huge difference between companies that retain employees and companies that have high turnover. So get to know your employees, find out what they want, what they like. Number 3, do service awards create and reinforce connections for employees to their sense of purpose and the impact of their contributions on the organization? Milestone awards provide additional opportunities to reconnect employees to the organization's brand promise. With millions spent on brand marketing internally and externally, organizations understand the value of sentimental attachment to company goals. It's super important. Based on these questions, 2 conclusions can be drawn. First, if your company can easily answer these questions with positive responses, you're definitely a step ahead already. Congratulations. However, if you feel that your company may need to revamp their recognition program, there's a few options for you. Be sure that your employees are receiving recognition, both private and public. Public recognition, such as an award at a team luncheon, can have a seriously positive effect on an employee's feelings regarding their work. Private recognition from the boss, for example, or a coworker and a client, can all feel great as well. Studies have shown that this type of recognition is truly appreciated. Some ideas on public recognition. Surprise an employee with an appreciation celebration. You can include a lunch, a cake, music, invite other employees. Another way to publicly recognize an employee, shout them out on your social media or in an email, a newsletter. Some of our clients will publish in their newsletters their employee of the month. That's had great feedback. For private recognition, I believe that a handwritten note is always the best. You could send something to the employee thanking them for their good job on a project or an awesome sale that they closed. Any of those would be great. Another time I like a handwritten note is when an employee starts at a business. This is actually really key. It's a great feeling to receive a handwritten note from the CEO on their first day. This may seem tedious, but in reality, you can have the owner of the business write a few in one sitting. That way, you're prepared when there's a new hire and you don't have to back everything up because of it. If possible, and you want to add a monetary or a tangible award, it could be a trip, a prize, even a pay increase when warranted. Promotions and other recognitions are another option as well. A new job title, an invitation to a high-level meeting that an employee will learn from. That was awesome when I was starting out. I used to go to meetings with my then high-level executive, and it was such an amazing experience to be able to go through that process with him, even just being there and learning from the meeting itself, taking notes. Many things can be done to increase employee retention in your business. It's definitely important to work hand in hand with either a SHRM certified HR pro or your HR pro to create a recognition program that your employees will appreciate and tell other people about. As I've said before, appreciated employees typically stick around, and an employee who feels taken advantage of will most likely leave the company and work for somebody else. I'll leave you with this reminder. Always appreciate those around you before someone else does. Regret is definitely not a place you want to be in life or in business, and I suggest treating others how you wish to be treated and work hard. There are always keys to success, and these are big keys to success when working with growing companies. Thank you. Check out our further information and some additional videos that we have on our YouTube, cyber.co. I'll speak to you soon.